Welcome to Vegas Circle with Paki and Chris, and today joining the circle with us, I'm excited for this. We got Sherrard, the Thriller Blackledge, one of the top MMA fighters in the country right now, currently undefeated. He just signed a contract with Dana White's Contender series for the upcoming fight on September 8th. So, welcome to the circle, man. Good to see you, bro.
Yeah, congratulations on the new signing. Welcome.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much, man. It's a pleasure to be here.
Before we even say anything, man, I got to say this first, man. Happy birthday, man. You just had a birthday.
Thank you. Yeah, my birthday was yesterday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, so
thank
the energy.
Thank you.
Birthday and then sign a contract.
27 years young. Yeah. It's been pretty cool. Got a new girlfriend. Birthday come up. Got a contract. And life is pretty cool right now.
That's
it sounds like you're on a roll. That's exciting.
Yeah.
So talk to us, man. You're originally from Baltimore, right? Baltimore, Maryland.
Yep. Born and
what
raised
brought
in
you to
Baltimore,
Vegas?
Maryland. Changing life, man. Like I wasn't doing nothing good out there. I was caught up in some stuff that I just had no business being in. And I wanted to, I wanted to own property, land. I wanted a career and stuff. And it just wasn't gonna happen there. Like Baltimore's it's a cesspool. You're lucky to make it out after 25. So
you never hear. That's kind of a rough place. You never really hear enough about Baltimore, but I hear, through the grapevine that it's pretty tough to grow up around there.
Oh yeah, I mean, have you seen The Vine?
Yeah.
Oh, The Wire. I'm sorry, The Wire.
The Wire. Yep.
Yeah.
I know Baltimore is definitely a tough city, but it makes sense. I mean, with you moving to Vegas, you said buying property. I mean, it's real estate hub. I mean, there's so much going on. There's so much good energy in Vegas, and there's so much growth in Vegas too.
Yeah.
For sure.
So much opportunity here.
Yep.
So much opportunity. And you know what? I was out here in 2000 and I want to say 2008. No, 2012. I came out here and I hated it. But that's back when the market was terrible out here.
That's the worst time to move here.
I was like 18 years old. And my teacher actually said to me, he was like, "What are you doing? You're stupid to go out there." Like, what? What are you doing? And I ended up going back to Maryland. Then moved back out here in 2014, like 2 years later. And I hated it still, but I was like, you know what? It's a new place. I hate it because I don't know nobody. I hate it because I don't know anything about the place. So let me learn it. Let me see what I can find here. And man, I opened up some doors for myself here. Like I met a lot of really cool people, got into the industry of like promoting other brands and stuff like Microsoft, Spotify, like cool. I mean, some well-known brands and stuff. And I got to meet some people that were high up there, and that opened up doors for me. I met connects and all what I've learned out here is being personable is very important. Being able to talk to someone, being able to say, "Hi, how are you?" And I wasn't like that. In Baltimore, you don't talk to nobody in the streets.
Yeah.
You don't want to talk to nobody out there. Like you get robbed sitting on the bus stop. Like dog, I'm on the bus stop.
Yeah, Vegas is one of those places where you kind of come here. Nobody ever chooses it, but once you get here, it sucks you in, and it's almost impossible to go live anywhere else. And it's such a great city to be in, and it's one of those things where at the beginning you never know that.
Yeah.
Yes.
How'd you get into mixed martial arts, man? Yeah.
So it was crazy. I was living in an apartment complex, and there was a maintenance man there, and I guess he was a pro boxer himself. So he there on Thanksgiving they were giving out free turkeys, and I went down to get my free turkey, and I'm like, reached my arms out to grab the turkey. He pulled it back. He's like, "Hey man, have you ever thought about doing a combat sport?" I was like, "Oh, what?" I was like, "Bro, I'm just down here for my turkey, bro. Can I get my turkey?" He's like, "Look, man," he said, you got the perfect physique for it. He said, "You should really think about trying this out. Like, you should, what do you do?" I was like, "Well, I work at McDonald's." He's like, "Yeah, you should try it. You should give this a shot. Like, maybe you'll get somewhere with it." And I just slept on it. I was like, "Man, what kind of fighting?" Like, I grew up fighting. Like, all my life I've been fighting. But, like, to fight competitively, I was like, "What? Pay me to fight? Nobody's going to pay me to fight." And then one day I was just like, you know what? Like, let me give it a try. So I went down there. I was like, "Hey, man, can I get that number to the gym?" He's like, "Yeah, we'll go down there together." And the very first day I was there, he was like, the coach, his name was Jason Gallegos. His name is Jason Gallegos. He's still down there over on Las Vegas, Flamingo and Boulder Highway. I'm sorry, Las Vegas Fight Club. But very first day, he was like, hey, how would you feel about fighting in a month? And I'm out back running. I'm like, well, I mean, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it. So, yeah, why not? Let's do it.
But that's not the sport to play with, man. Mixed martial arts
and actually, so that was a boxing gym. And I was going to do a boxing fight. And then what happened was I was just broke as hell at the time. So I couldn't afford my boxing license. I had to go get all these MRIs, MRAs, EKGs and all that. And I couldn't afford that. I'm like, dude, I'm working at McDonald's, like working 5 hours a day max. Like they're already trying to fire me. So like, that's not going to, there's no way. So that fell through. And there was an MMA fight that was happening called Real Water. And we had a guy at the gym that was going to fight on that promotion. He ended up getting into some legal trouble and got arrested and wasn't able to compete. So my coach was like, hey, why don't you step in on this? Like, you're in perfect shape. You've been training for the other fight. Like you're good. Like, just hop in there. Win, lose, draw, don't matter. That's not what we're doing. And I get there. It's supposed to be at 165. The dude weighed in at 195. I'm sitting there. I'm like 163 max. So I get up there and they're like, well, the commission's like, we can't let this happen. And the commission's like, we can't let this happen. And my dietitian was like, no, look, this is what we're going to put the hoodie on you. We're going to put some waters in your pocket, chug this water, chug this water, chug this water. I went up to like 177. I drank like 15 pounds in water. I drank probably about like 12 pounds in water. And then I had like 2 bottles of water in my pocket. And they were like, okay, yeah, I mean, if you guys are cool with it, we're cool with it. We'll let it slide. And off the record, they let it slide. And then I went in there and knocked this dude out. Like,
dang.
And then we were like, man, this is what we need to do. Dude was like 6'3", 190 pounds after cutting weight. So he's probably like 207 pounds going in there. I was like, oh my God. I remember looking up at him. I was like, that's a big dude.
So are you nervous when you got in there? That's a pretty wild situation. Yeah, I couldn't imagine that.
I was super nervous because I was like, this is a big boy. And I get in there and I suplex him like 5-6 times, and I just seen the look on his face. He's like, I don't want to be in here. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to eat you.
So you actually been fighting for a while, man. You actually are working out. It was a Syndicate MMA training facility?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that where Forrest Griffin fought out of too?
Yes. Yeah. Forrest Griffin was there for a while. There's a couple big people that came out of there. Well, that just came through. I wouldn't say they came out of there, but they came through, and they're really like Forrest Griffin comes through still, like cool dude, good friend of ours.
Yeah.
And like Frank Muir comes through, all of those people.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird thing. So most people come to Vegas to fight. So you came to Vegas, you had no intentions of fighting, and then you found fighting while you were in Vegas. Yeah. That's kind of a crazy path to the MMA for sure.
Yeah. Yes. It was wild, man. I still I try to get in contact with the dude. His name's Enrique, the guy that got me into this. He checked up on me all the way until I was had two belts in the amateurs, and he kept on checking up on me. I was like, hey, how's he doing? But he would never call me and ask me. He'd always call my coach and be like, hey, how's he doing? Like,
that's
awesome.
Secretly
checking up on me.
Yeah.
I was like, that's so cool. Like,
yeah, you definitely outtake that guy.
Yeah, I appreciate that dude so much. I appreciate that guy.
There's always people like that, man. I always hear that all the time. It's like people coming for like a reason, a season, or a lifetime.
Yes.
You never know what that is.
And it was crazy. After that, I never seen him again. It's crazy. It was like an angel. Like, I never seen that dude again. And he was the maintenance man in my apartment complex, and I never seen that dude again.
He was just there for you, man. He was there to get you connected, man. So you actually get a chance to work out with a lot of people. What caught me off guard, I was telling Chris too, and I said, man, you were just working out with Donald, the Cowboy Cerrone, right? It was a couple weeks back?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
That's a bad boy, man.
Yeah, man, I got to work with him. I had the pleasure to work with him back when I was an amateur too. And when he came back, it was cool. It was really cool. But when he came back, I'm now like a high level prospect in the nation now. Yeah. And it was cool to feel the level change. Like, I was like, yeah, like I can compete now.
Yeah.
I was going to ask that feeling like when you're sparring against somebody kind of at the top of their game, and you're kind of working your way into it and trying to find your lane and your path, but you're like there. Is there a big discrepancy, or are you kind of like right there?
You know what, man? it's all mindset. It's all mindset. Like if you go into a situation thinking you're the underdog and believing you're the underdog, you're gonna play and you're gonna fight like the underdog. If you go in there understanding like, hey, dude, I know a lot. You may have a lot of experience on me, but I know a lot too. Like, and I can fight my ass off. So, like, I mean, it just comes down the heart now and the mind. Like, I can't let my mind break before you break. You know.
Yes, that would get me because I feel like it'd be such an intimidating circumstance fighting somebody like. Cause the
I get excited.
speaks.
You know what? And it's crazy because that's my favorite. Like I never followed the sport really, but when I did follow it, I was like Donald Cerrone. That's the dude. Like, that's if I want to meet any fighter, that's who I want to meet. Like that dude is sick. And then he came in the gym. My coach was like, "Hey, Sherrard, get in there with Donald." I was like, "What?" I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And then when he came this time, like we're warming up, he's like, "Hey, Sherrard, you're gonna work with Donald today." I was like, yeah, cool. Cool. You want to work with me? All right, cool.
That's powerful, man. It shows you what you've been able to do, all that hard work.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, well, me and you talked a couple months ago, man. It's like all this hard work that you've been putting down for all these years, and all of a sudden it's like, boom, everything's exploding all at the right time, man. It's all the right time, and all these people coming to your life, training with you. Those endorphins are kicking in. It's a beautiful thing, man. I'm happy for you, man. It's very exciting. Yep.
Thank you. Yeah, you know what, man. It's a blessing. It's a blessing, and my coach just always said to me, "Stay ready. Just stay ready. Stay ready." So I just stayed ready, and sure enough, it paid off. Like, and I remember those long. I fight at 155 pounds, but I fought at 150, 155, 145, 160, 165, 170. I fought at them all.
What's your weight you walk around before you
about 170.
That's freaking crazy, man.
170 to 145. That's wild.
So when I
we
fought
talked
at
a little bit about that before. Yep.
When I fought at 145, I think it was unfair. It was very unfair. I weighed in 142 and I stepped in the cage 185.
Yeah, that's crazy. You think he probably thought the same thing you did when you walked in, that 195 guy. He's like, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah. And it was because I got in there and I threw him, like I was throwing him around, just throwing him around until he gave up, and then he just was like, all right, please just end it. But I had like 10 suplexes. Man. It was crazy.
That's scary. I'd be scared.
I don't know how you guys do that. How long does it take you to cut that weight like that? Like consistently?
I can cut that tomorrow. Yeah, I can get done to 55 tomorrow. Yeah.
Wow, man. Because of the.
How come it takes so hard for me to lose 10 pounds, and you can sit here and do it in a day?
Water weight. It's, you know what, man. Once you learn your body, like really, really learn your body, like people are like, oh, I know my body, like I know that I'm right-handed. Like, nah, dog. Like knowing your body, like understanding that if I can eat this huge meal, my body's metabolism is gonna shoot up because I ate that big meal. Or if I take in 2 gallons of water, that my body's gonna drop another 2 to 3 pounds. Or that I'm gonna I can go to sleep 170 and I know I'm gonna float 4 pounds off and wake up 166. Like it's just knowing your body, looking at your body. Like there's times I can just look at my body and be like, yeah, I know what weight I am. Like I can guess my weight. I feel it. I know my weight. So just understanding your body, understanding what you can eat, what it's good for your body. Like not even what's good for your body, because what's good for my body may not be what's good for your body. Our genes are different, so our DNA is different. So I mean, our DNA is encrypted with what we can eat, what our body can process well and stuff. So once you figure all of that stuff out, man, it's so simple. It becomes very simple.
Yeah, you kind of treat your body like a machine. It's kind of like a weird, like for other people, they're just walking around doing their thing, and you're like a whole machine.
Yeah, like I can feel like when I take things, like when I take certain supplements or so, I can feel them hitting immediately, because like I'm so in tune with my body. Just being aware with your body is, Jesus, it's crazy. I can feel when my body
amazing
does
when
it.
You say that. I was thinking about that when you said that. Is like, not to switch the subject, but you have people like, let's say Mayweather, right? That doesn't drink, always consistent, always on. You know what I mean? Do you think that has a lot to do with? Do you drink alcohol when you out?
I don't drink anymore. I don't drink anymore. Like I haven't drank in man, because I'm not a big fan of drinking. I used to smoke a lot. I used to smoke marijuana a lot, but like drinking, nah, I haven't been. I never was a fan of it. And you can feel it. And even like I haven't smoked anything. Yes, so clear, and that's how I feel now. Like my mind is super sharp. My instincts are just peaking. And I'm not peaked right now. I'm priming right now. I'm just priming myself. Like I'll peak in about 2 weeks, maybe 2 to 3 weeks. I'll peak. But right now, we're just priming it out, just getting my senses all good. My reaction and everything is just so clean right now. The way my mind's processing things is so clean. What I'm seeing is so I'm seeing things a lot faster. I'm reacting so much faster. Like it's just, man.
Like the Matrix.
Like
Matrix.
You know what? You know what? I used to think, I used to go and I'd smoke a bunch of weed and go train. And I'd be like, man, yeah, I'm good with it. And then I stopped. And I went in there and I'm like, whoa, holy crap, I see everything. Clear. Like, how wasn't I seeing this? How wasn't I seeing this before? Oh, yeah, the weed.
See, that
even
makes
my
a lot of sense.
too. Even my cardio, too. Like, my cardio has gone up. Like, I'm pushing my body through stuff. And I'm like, well, usually it would have crashed by now. Like, I feel like I just keep going. I'm just an Energizer bunny now. Like, man,
that's a good
my body,
tip,
I
man.
can feel and I can feel my body is processing things, is like really working at full efficiency. Like it's working efficiently right now. Like,
I mean, not to talk about like your competitors and stuff like that, like McGregor and things, but I remember seeing, I think it was maybe before he fought Cowboy, or maybe it was even last year when he had heard about LeBron James putting all that money into his body and nutritionists.
Yes.
And fighting and everything. McGregor spends a lot of money on nutritionists and makes sense.
You have to.
Makes a lot of sense.
Shit, my strength and conditioning and that ain't cheap. It is not cheap at all. But it's worth it. It's worth it. Like and people are coming to me. Like I walked in the mechanic shop the other day and the dude was like, dude, wow, you don't skip leg day, huh? I was like, nah, bro. Like, nah. And you know what? I'm not known for having like muscular legs or big thighs or whatever. Like, and now like my body is filling out so well. My physique is just, even today, my strength and conditioning coach was like, he's like, I can see a change in your body. I was like, yeah. So everybody's telling me this. Like people are telling me like, dude, you look crazy strong right now. You look fast. You're reacting well. You're like everything. And it's all started since I've been doing my strength and conditioning. And like it's my first time working with this guy. And like I've worked maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks with him now, and I'm already seeing major results.
And how cautious do you have to be with that? Like, and not kind of bulk yourself up out of your weight class?
So I don't do no weightlifting.
Really?
A lot of like dragging dead weight or so. Yeah, absolutely. Picking up like 30 pounds or so. Yeah, absolutely. But I'm not doing no heavy lifting. We're not trying to build any muscles. I don't wake up the next morning super sore or anything because I'm not tearing muscles. I'm not ripping my muscles to build muscle. I'm building the endurance of my muscle. And being as I've never done strength and conditioning and stuff, now my body's like, it's like, whoa, we like this. Like today I just posted a video of me jumping and touching this 11-foot pole. And like before, like a week ago, I could barely touch the 10-foot. Now I'm smacking the 11-foot. It just shows. It just
11
shows.
foot.
Like,
you're banging on them, man.
Like I could
switch sports and start hooping.
Yeah, I was like, and I looked up at the 12. I was like, I want to touch that. I'm gonna touch that. Like, I'm gonna touch that.
You know, I'm glad you're bringing that up, man. That tells a lot of young people that are paying attention to you, right? You brought on a lot of stuff. You talked about marijuana. You talked about cleaning your mind out, alcohol. It literally is showing all the hard work, you cutting all the BS out, and then Dana White comes knocking on your door.
Yeah. So I cut people out of my life. I cut people that were just toxic, like not even bad people, just people that I know that I can't do what I wanted. I can't do, or I can't succeed in what I want to succeed in with you there. Like, and it's like having a training partner. It's like having a training partner that's your friend, and you can't train with that person. Like, I can't train with you, but off the mat, like, we're super cool. Like, you're super dope, but I can't train with you. I can't work with you. I can't get to that next level with you. You know?
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense, man. Too. Yeah. How did you connect with Dana White's Contender series? How did that happen?
I have a management.
Okay.
I have a management that my manager is Lance Spald. I manage under Iridium Sports Agency. They locked me in there. They talked to Sean Shelby and they talked to Sean Shelby, talked to Dana White, and they're like, hey, he's gonna smoke that dude, like, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go in there. We're gonna kill this guy.
So how does that work? Is that a contract with the UFC, or that's like a separate subsidiary? I wasn't sure how it works yet.
It's with the UFC. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's with the UFC. So like my contract would say I win in a fashion that I show that I can compete on that level.
Yeah.
And then I'm signed to a 4-fight contract.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he'll announce at the end of the fight. They'll announce after end of all the fights. They'll announce, hey, this person got a contract. He got a contract. He got a contract. He got a contract. He didn't get a contract because of just not ready, but development program. We'll put you on that.
Oh, so that energy's got to be crazy getting up to that, because you fighting for life or death, man, for real.
Hey, man, I look at it like this. I'm fighting for a chance to change my life. So I'm sorry, I gotta kill you.
Hungry.
I'm sorry.
Yep. Yeah. You're hungry.
You find that giving you more drive, or is that kind of just keep doing it? Really? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I look at it like, because I've been saying it for so long. I even said it back in Maryland. Like I was like, I want to be a professional athlete. I want to be a professional athlete. So my father always wanted me to be a professional athlete too. He wanted me to play basketball, but I couldn't. I didn't like basketball. And I'm finally figuring out that I can dunk, and then I can move in there. And I'm like, oh, well, darn, I wish I knew this when I was younger. I would have tried basketball too. But fighting was my calling. Like my father was a fighter. My father's father was a boxer, amateur boxer. Like, and I grew up fighting my whole life. Like, and I was good at it. So it's like, like, what a coincidence that this dude comes to me and is like, you got the perfect physique for this. You should try it out. Like, I think you would go far with it.
Yeah, it's crazy you even did it too. That's the other crazy part of that story. Like, okay, let me go do it. If somebody told me that, I still wouldn't do it, to be honest.
And and you know what, man? It sounds sweet. The story of it sounds sweet, but it was hard. It was hard.
Yeah.
There was 6-hour bus rides, like donating plasma to pay your gym dues. Like, man, like, it was hard. There'd be days that I get to the gym. I'd have to leave my house 6 a.m. to catch the bus. I get to the gym 9 a.m. Wouldn't get home until 11. Like,
shows you were hungry, didn't even know it. That's wild.
Oh man, it was because I look at it like this: whatever I do, I need to do to the best of my ability, because I understand that I can't be a doctor and a lawyer at the same time.
Yeah.
So if I start something, I gotta finish it. And if I fail at it, it's okay if I fail at it if I'm trying my hardest to succeed at it. But if I'm going at it thinking in my mind that, oh, you're gonna fail at this, then what am I doing? Why am I wasting my time? You know?
Yeah. How long does it take you to like recover from like a major fight?
It depends. Like my first 3 pro fights, I did it in 6 months. So I was fighting every 2 months.
Oh yeah. So, you weren't messing around then. Okay. When you're fighting before you go pro, are you fighting like every month?
In the Amis?
In the amateurs?
The first year that I was an amateur, I put up 6 fights with a belt. 6 fights with 2 belts.
Okay.
And then over the next like 2.5 years, I kind of like I stopped fighting for a whole year because of like a girlfriend and stuff. There's a bunch of drama. And then the next year, I went and I grabbed 2 more belts. So the first year it was 6 fights with 1 belt. Took about a year off, and then the next year I went and I grabbed 2 more belts and was like, okay, it's time to go pro. Like, but no, you're fighting. I mean, you can fight every week, absolutely, but
sure,
you'd have to travel. Like when you're fighting amateurs, you don't get paid for that. I fought in front of 16,000. The biggest crowd I fought in front of was 16,817 people. And I didn't get paid a dime. I didn't get paid nothing.
That's crazy. That's hard to keep you motivated. Now you're doing all that work, not getting paid. There you see all the money flowing around.
It's like this. When you go to college, you're paying to go to college. They don't pay you to go to college.
That's true.
You're not getting paid to be there. You are paying to be there. So there's a great chance that you're going to pay all this money and fail at it. So why not, pay some money to achieve my dream? Okay, if I pay all this money to achieve my dream and I fail at it, okay, I'm not in debt at least. Like,
At least you
I'm
holding the
not
ball. You the one shooting,
exactly,
and that's all that matters. You got the ball. So
exactly, and that's
yeah,
why I used to tell my mom all the time. She's like, "Sure, go to school." I'm like, "Mom, this is college for me. This is college right here." I said, "My amateur career, that's college right there." I said, "Yeah, I'm not getting paid to do any of this." I said, "But I wouldn't get paid to go to school. I'd have to pay to go to school." I said, "So
it's
let me
true.
do this."
And
I said,
debt.
"Let me stay focused on
Sometimes
this."
get a major debt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you get out of college, finish it, and then find out that your degree is BS. Like you can't even use it. And now you owe $100,000. Like I had a friend that has like 3 degrees and he can't use them. He don't even use them.
Yeah.
And
Especially
he
in this
told me, it's like,
COVID time, especially with everything, going from Zoom and online and working from home and everything, it's going to change. I don't know what's going to happen this next 5 years with the workforce, but
yeah, man,
it's going to be interesting to
crazy.
see. Let me ask you this. If there could be one dream fight, who would you want to fight? Because now you in the whole different setup now.
I'd fight Khabib.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't expecting you to say that. Okay.
I would fight Khabib. Like it'd be a hard fight. It'd be a hard fight. But I think, you know what, man? I think a lot of people go at that fight very wrong, and they go at it with the mentality or they go at it with the idea to beat him, but they don't execute the idea.
Man, you got me excited. Look, you heard it here. You got me all pumped up, man.
I would fight Khabib. Yeah, man. I would fight Khabib. And it would be hard. It'd be really hard. And
that boy be fighting lions. What do you wrestling lions and all type of crap?
Yeah, right now, I of course I'm not ready to fight Khabib, for sure not. But like dream fight, that would be Khabib. I've been in that cage for a few times. I have some big time wins under me. You know what I mean? Khabib would definitely be the guy I would fight. And I met Khabib before when I was an amateur. And I didn't know who he was. I was like, oh, he was super, super nice. The dude was super nice. And I was like, man, I would love to spar with you. Oh, he was like 22-0 at the time. And I was like, hey, man, do you fight too? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh, cool. What's your record? I was like, how many fights you got? He was like, 22. I was like, oh, cool. Like, what's your record? He was like 22-0. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah,
I was like 3-0. Yeah, that dude is a beast. He's a beast, and I admire him. That's why I would want to fight him. I admire that dude. I like his style.
One thing that cracks me up about you guys, man, I'll never forget this. A friend of mine in Boston that does a lot what you guys do, trains a lot of people, Paul Ryder. He had always said, check everybody's ears. Check their ears, man, and make sure who you're talking to the right way, man.
Yeah.
But, that's a different world.
When people start talking mess, I always look at their ears.
But I don't have that. I don't have the color.
That's what was tripping me out. When we connected a couple months back, when you said you would fight, I was looking at your ears like, okay, let me see. It's because you ain't getting touched, man. That's what makes it even worse. But that's good stuff, man. So let me ask you this, just to change the subject a little bit. We always ask a lot of our guests, now that you're in Vegas, what's your favorite restaurant in Vegas?
My favorite restaurant? Man, it would, because I like breakfast. I'm a big breakfast guy, so I'd have to say it's Eggworks.
Eggworks, okay.
Eggworks, yes, or Cracked Egg. Eggworks or Cracked Egg.
That's under the same umbrella too, right? Is that the same?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got good breakfast.
Good.
Yeah.
So good, man. So good.
That's good stuff. I don't think anybody's mentioned Eggworks yet or Cracked Egg, so that's good. We have to put that on the list. What would you say at the end of your career? What do you want people to remember you for?
What would I want them to remember me for? I'd want them to remember me for the hard work that I put in, honestly. The hard work and how genuine I was throughout my career. Because no matter what, man, I'll stay me, and I'm going to stay genuine about how I feel. Like it, love it, hate it.
That's it, man. You guys got to check this guy out, man. You go to his social media. Definitely the thriller for sure. And we're excited to see you fight on September 8th, man. Where can people catch you guys at? Can you share some of your social media and all that?
My Instagram would be Sherrard, SHERRARD _MMA. Okay. And then my Facebook fan page would be Sherrard Blackledge, SHERRARD BLACKLEDGE.
Awesome, man. Man, with Sherrard, we appreciate you hanging out with us, man.
Definitely, great.
It's been a pleasure, man. And the only thing else I'll ask you is anything else we forgot that you want to share before you end it off?
Yeah, man. I'd like to shout out my coaches and stuff. I'd like to shout out my coach, John Wood. Shout out my management, Iridium Sports Agency, and shout out my manager, Lance Spald. I love you guys a lot. Oh, and shout out my sponsor, Pharma. They've taken care of me since I became a pro and have really looked out for me and supported me very, very deeply throughout my career. So I show a lot of love to them.
Awesome, man.
I definitely see the hard work pay off. So we're excited to watch.
And yeah, I want to shout you guys out too. I appreciate you guys having me on your show.
No doubt.
I love it.
No doubt.
Paki, you're a dope dude, man.
I appreciate that, man.
We had breakfast. You're a really cool dude, man.
I appreciate that, man.
I talk about you a lot to Mary.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Chris, I don't know you much, but
not as cool as Paki.
Really cool too. You seem really cool too, dog.
That's my partner, man. We make this happen together. I really appreciate that, honestly, man. We're rooting for you, man.
Thank you.
Honestly, I think you're gonna fight Khabib, man. I'm not even playing. I'm not even playing. You said it. You put it on the map. It is what it is. So we're gonna say it. We're gonna speak that into existence. So appreciate you, man.
They're watching you on pay-per-view. I'm excited.
Yep.
Definitely, man. So check us out at thevegascircle.com. Sherrard Blackledge, man. He's definitely somebody you want to pay attention to, man. So thanks a lot.